Guys, how are you? Welcome to a new video. Do you like my little purple thing? This is the paper that I use to pack my orders, and I just thought it would make a nice and cute backdrop for today's video. If you're new here, hi, my name is Bia, I'm an illustrator from Portugal, and today I'm here to share with you 2 inks for Ferris Wheel Press. So this is part of their holiday collection, getting a little closer look. And also in this parcel also came a new Scribble ballpoint pen. I already have one, but they kindly sent me a new one, which I'm always excited. I do adore using mine. I currently have this one, which is, I believe it's in the color Lady Rose, which I definitely love. Before we get into all of this, I'm not being sponsored by Ferris Wheel Press. I am one of their ambassadors, which means I do get these goodies prior, and I also have a code that you can use, which is Bia Ibisco Art, which gives you 10% off every purchase you give. And they're also having some very nice holiday sales throughout this whole month, I believe into December, and maybe even a bit over January, but do go check out their website, see what sales they have, because they've been having a bunch. So getting all that out of the way, we can start with the Scribe pen, just because it is the, no, I don't want to say least exciting, but at least the most already known. It comes in a nice tin box. I am a sucker for these boxes, and I just end up living in a house full of boxes. But when a box looks like this, can you blame me? It has a little symbol on the top. So if you don't know, the Scribe pens are their ballpoint pen. You have fountain pens, and then this is their more like every day-to-day type of deal pen. It's really on there. Come here. Has little paper there, so it keeps it from bouncing around. Here we go. So here it is. This one is in French vanilla, so it's a very nice cream color. And here it says specifications, copper and brass construction. It has custom archival ink refill. And yeah, on the back, it just has small information on how to refill and all that stuff. To just twist it and the little pen comes out. It has a little ball over here to just protect it from drying while you're not using it. And to refill, you just twist it out and screw it off. And this is the ink cartridge. It's quite small, and even on it, it says medium ballpoint refill and says Ferris Wheel Press German archival ink. I don't know if you can see that because it's quite small. Yeah, here it is. To pop it back in, just screw it back, and just push this back, and here it is. Now I have 2 very stylish ballpoint pens. I actually really like doodling with this one, so that's probably what we're going to be doing in this video. Since this is a smaller collection, I will be doing the demo art in this video as well. And also because next week's video, I am going to show you a little sneak peek. I'm going to be showing you 2 new inks as well. Sneak peek for next week's video, which we're also going to be doing swatching and demo art. So I'm going to be splitting this into 2 specific videos for a specific collection. Just trying something new, and I hope you don't mind. So here we have Twinkling Tea Party, and you can probably tell by the box it's part of their FerriTales collection. They have, I'm not sure how many they're going to be doing, and we have already, let me bring them all to frame, and now we have this little guy. So these are all FerriTales. We have 8 of them already. And honestly, my plan is when they are all done to make an illustration with all of them, especially because I haven't done an illustration with a view of them. So that's my plan when we get all of them, is to I want to make a full illustration with all of these, which I think is going to be quite fun because we have some very nice colors and distinct ones. So hopefully that'd be fun, and hopefully that got you excited for that. going back to this one, this is Twinkling Tea Party, like I mentioned. Let me try and focus. My camera doesn't really like these boxes because they are quite mirror-like. Although I think this one is not as mirror as the other ones. Yeah, this one is slightly less mirrored. I don't know if it shows, but it's still quite shiny and hard for me, my camera, to capture. But yeah, here it says, take a seat. You are cordially invited to a party that will always have room for those with a nose for curiosity. Between endless cups of tea, allow yourself to indulge and explore the boundless nature of madness and absurdity. I can vouch for that. And so the base is green. Let's see how that goes. You know me and green. The sheen is red, which I like that. And shimmer is rose gold, which I'm always up for. And I believe the last few inks have been rose gold. And so yeah, this is our Twinkling Tea Party. These inks, I got a comment the other day telling me that they were a bit disappointed when the ink that arrived was so small. I don't know if I can start mentioning that all of these inks only come in this size and they're all quite small. It's really on there. So this collection only comes in this small ink size. So if you want, I can start mentioning, though this one is 20 milliliters. So they only do come in this size. And yeah, so far I can see, I can kind of see the red. Even still, you cannot really see anything really. It's just a pitch of darkness. So I don't know how dark this ink is. It seems quite dark and I cannot really see a lot of sparkles, which could also be because I'm using artificial light. The light that I'm using is quite nice when it comes to just lighting up the place, but it actually sucks when showing the sparkles on the inks. So it's already kind of nighttime while I'm filming this, but hopefully when I do swatches and everything else, I will go and try and insert some clips on it on sunlight if it's not fully raining, because yeah, it definitely does not show up a lot in the light that I'm using. I noticed this on past few videos. And so for their holiday ink this year, it's Velvet Ballet, which is an adorable little stage with just the cutest little bears dancing and just gooses. And you have a whole entourage of animals seeing the play. And I just really enjoy the box designs. It's just always fun. And this little fox is having a little party on its own. And so this is a sparkling ink. And I quickly forgot to mention the Twinkling Tea Party. I do have the little spiel that they usually have here. Its characteristics are earthy, warm, and natural leafy. Getting back to the Velvet Ballet, I have here the spiel as well. So the ink tone is a Merlot with mixed metallic sparkles, and the characteristics are warm, velvety, mature, and deep. So the shimmer is a silver one, and this size is the 38 milliliter ink. Ooh, I quite enjoy this bit here. It's quite nice. It looks like one of those royal crests things. Here we go. I think it's going to be like very much wine color, which I am not mad. Can you see the sparkles? Ooh, yes, very subtle though. Inside the bottle, the sparkles are actually quite subtle. I don't know if you can even see it. Again, might be my light, but the sparkles do seem to be quite subtle when it comes to be inside the bottle. I can kind of see them, but it's difficult to capture here. Oh, you can. Let me try and do the whole, because they have been like sitting up for the past few days that I had them here before I could film. So let me try and do that, see how that goes. Okay, let's see if that did anything. Ooh, okay, here's all the sparkle, and it almost immediately went away because it's a super fine sparkle. So with all that, let me grab some paper and we can do some swatches. This is my, it's a sketchbook a friend of mine made, so it's custom, so it has my name. And I quite like the paper for ink. I have been using it to do swatches of inks already, so these are previous inks. I'm going to quickly grab some water and we'll get started. Let's begin. Just to test out the ink of the pen, we're just going to remove the little cap thing, and my handwriting is awful, completely awful, but hopefully I can just do a simple the Scribe. Super smooth. I actually really enjoy writing with this pen. And another thing that some of you were asking before was to actually use these inks in writing. I have a glass dip pen, so I think that's what I'm going to be using to write the name underneath it, and that way you can actually see how it looks in writing. Hopefully that will satisfy everything that you need with this video. But as always, if you want me to do a certain step that will help you decide if you like to get this ink, let me know in the comments and I'll always try my best to make it happen. Let's start with the Twinkling Tea. Ooh, look at the golden there. Oh, it ran away. The glitter on these is so fine. It just wants to run away. Okay, so let's begin. It is the little guy. I'm shaking it so all the glitter is well distributed and hopefully I'll get it on my brush. Shaking it. Looks very green, but I will try to keep my judgments fair. Okay. Extremely green. Ooh. Oh, it's actually doing something I like over there when I put water. Oh. Okay. It's actually warmer when it's like stronger, and when you dilute it, it gets colder, like a cooler green. Interesting. Let me try and do just water and tiny drops. Ooh. Okay, that is pretty. That is actually quite pretty. And even though it does not have a high shading, you can definitely see like hints of blue here or there, especially here. I hope you can see that. It does have some very nice hints of blue. Even though it's green, I don't hate it. I much prefer yellowish green, like for example the Queen of Castle. And before I forget, let's use the dip pen to try and see how this looks in writing. Again, I'm going to shake and let's try and see. Okay, let me try and do this. Okay, now knowing how to write would be nice. To link. Tea party. Oh boy. Bad timing, my dude. Looking at the ink, you definitely can tell the sparkle is there, which is quite nice. So next, let's go for our ballet. I'm using a different brush, especially because this is green. I don't want to contaminate the swatch, but I am enjoying what's happening. I am not hating it, so that's something. Has that going on. So again, we have here the sparkles all around. And this one, I imagine, might be interesting because the ink itself is warm, but the sparkle is cool. So might be quite interesting. Has the little stopper. Do you fit here? I think you do. Just barely. Oh, okay. It's a very Christmas combination, like the red and the green. Although, as a Portuguese person, this always just reminds me of my flag. Green and red is just not Christmas for me. It's just flag. Okay, so sparkles are there, kind of difficult to notice, especially on this light, plus being wet. So I'm going to reserve my judgment for when it's, ooh, okay, this is pretty. I'm going to reserve my judgment regarding of the sparkles when it's a bit drier and I'm able to see them in sunlight, but on the ink itself flows beautifully as always, and I enjoy the moodiness of the red. It's quite nice. Not sure what I'm going to be doing in terms of artwork. Okay, now doing the little writing test. Here, Velvet Ballet. This is what we have so far. Like you can see the sparkle over here is this silver tray is all the sparkle, and I'm hoping it will be more noticeable once is fully dry, but so far it's quite nice there. And something really cool as well, on the napkin you have some sparkles. Here you can see the rose gold sparkles from the tea party, and that little dot is a silver sparkle from the ballet. This is looking quite nice so far. It's a quite holiday-y type of inks collection set type. But let's see, I'm going to do some doodles and I'll try and figure out something to paint with these two particular, and then these two, haha, sneak peek, will be next week's subject of testing, haha, and let's see how that goes. So I will also show you some clips of this once it's all dry on the sunlight so you can tell, but so far the Twinkling Tea Party is looking quite shiny on the writing. It's good to see that so much of the sparkle actually comes through when the writing. So that's very nice to know. I will catch up with you guys in the voiceover whilst I'm drawing and showing you the clips of this all dry on in sunlight. Catch you there. So I was lucky to get a little bit of sun in between these very gloomy days we've been having, and here you can see just how much the glitter actually shows. The Velvet Ballet has a very prominent stripe of glitter. Don't know why. I don't know if that's just where I dragged my brush and that happened, but yeah, both are extremely glittery even when in writing, even though this is a glass dip pen, so that might have a heavier flow of ink than whatever you might be using, but at least you have a little bit of how much glitter it could show. And for the demo art, I went very simple. I haven't drawn a face flower in a while, and I decided to go for more of a rose rather than a peony than what I usually do, and I went quite loose with this. This drawing was actually quite quick, which is good for me. I've been quite busy and it was quite fun. I barely noticed the glitter while I was working because of my darn lights. I do enjoy to just carve out the shape for the more abstracty type of shape that I get when just doing a very flow ink shape, so that's quite fun. When it comes to favorites, I think I prefer the Twinkling Tea Party rather than the Velvet Ballet, just because I quite enjoy, I prefer a rose gold glitter rather than a silver glitter, so straight from there it's already a win in my book. And I do enjoy the blues that sometimes show up in the ink. It's not a more warm, it's not a super warm green, which I think sometimes I dislike more if it's like a full emerald. I think I enjoy the cooler greens, even though my preferred green is more yellow based in, if that makes sense. So as you can see, this was pretty much what I stopped with the ink. It was quite simple process when it comes to the ink, and then I just had some fun with the Scribe pen. I called it Scribble in the beginning of the video, my bad. And because of how much glitter there is in fact in this paper, in this drawing, I had to actually go and just scribble on a piece of paper once in a while, because I think the glitter was actually getting caught in the nib of the pen and just making it a little bit stuck. So once in a while I just had to release it, but I guess it's normal since there is a lot of glitter on top of it, and it only happened when I did draw like on top of the ink itself, so that explains it. And then I just did some highlights with some acrylic white ink and it was done. I hope you enjoyed this type of video that's longer in a way that's more complete with the swatching and the demo art. It's been a while since I did both of them on the same video, but do let me know, and I hope you're excited for the next week's video. I haven't filmed it yet, so I am quite excited to just get my hands on those inks and see how they look like. And yeah, don't forget you can use the code BBishkoArt for your next Ferris Wheel Press purchase. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below. Let me know which ink is your favorite. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!